Hi everybody, I'm Jack. This is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Nice Saturday here on the mountain in Costa Rica. Unfortunately, my friend just left about an hour and a half ago, so I'm back to being on my own here. Just doing a few things, having a nice relaxing Saturday, and thought it would be time to do a video. Today I want to talk about raw vegan and cooked food psychology, or the psychology of cooked food and how people kind of get caught up in that thing. We'll discuss that a little bit. Good day so far. Love these Saturdays on the mountain. Even though there's not a lot of difference in my days, I still kind of break my week down a little bit differently, and I kind of power back a little. So it's been a good day so far. Been to the market, got lots of good mangoes, some good pineapples, mammies of course. Sugar cane, had like half a gallon of sugar cane and orange juice mix today, and have plenty in the fridge. So always a good day on market day. And just got out of the sun. Came back as soon as my friend left. I got out in the sun with a big bowl of fruit. Highly recommend combining healthy activities. Taking your vitamin D with a big bowl of fruit. 2 thumbs up. And yep, just going to get this video knocked out, do a couple of things, and then I have a friend who is a massage therapist that is coming by about 3 o'clock this afternoon, and I'm going to get a 90-minute massage and chill into the evening. So good day. Anyhow, just wanted to talk about this, and like I say, I always put these little disclaimers in when I talk about things like this, raw vegan and cooked food. This is for people because there's a lot of people out there that let you know they have a desire to go raw vegan, fully raw. If you eat cooked food, I'm never bashing on cooked food. I'm not telling you shouldn't eat cooked food. I just like to try to help people that want to get to fully raw or want to get to more raw. Where you get off on the journey is your business. It's really of no concern to me. As I've said before, once you become vegan, you know, everything else is a bonus in my book, from my perspective anyway. Now, you know, whether you're vegan for the animals or vegan for the environment or whatever, you might as well get, you might as well get the most out of it. So, you know, try to be as healthy as possible. But anyhow, like I say, this is for the people that are trying to be fully raw vegan, or that are trying to be high raw vegan, or mostly raw vegan. I really think, you know, I try to observe, I try to listen, I try to especially listen to things that are said over and over and over and over, and I observe certain types of people. I really try to pay attention. Like I say, I'm kind of a follower. I can be kind of a lurker as far as some people go. Like, there's people that I will just follow for a while. I'll never say anything. I'll never really respond to their social media stuff. I just kind of like to observe them. Observe their struggles, observe their process, whatever. So I observe a lot of people that are on the never-ending struggle to try to be fully raw and just can't seem to get there. And they seem to have this thing, and they want to talk about, you know, we've talked about addictions, whether it is or not, oh, I'm addicted to cooked food, or if somebody can actually be addicted to cooked food. And quite honestly, I think there's just some psychology going on there. There's something to certain people, I don't know, for some reason some people can avoid the psychology even, but like for some people is that just, I don't know, I guess they think of like, they think in terms of all of nothing, which is another reason I don't like people that are all or nothing, or it's got to be 100% fully raw. They think of anything else other than fully raw as a failure. They put so much pressure on themselves, and and also too, just like anything in life, when you make something, when something is so taboo to you, when you actually talk about how the cooked is poison, this is that, you're not supposed to eat it, you really shouldn't eat it, and you focus so much on this whole cooked food is bad, or I shouldn't be eating cooked food, or I should never eat cooked food. It actually, I think, tweaks something in your psychology, and it's the forbidden fruit, or it's taboo. You know, everybody likes taboos. Look at kids. You tell a kid they're not supposed to do something, it's bad for them, and what do they want to do immediately? So I think you've got some of the same thinking going on when it comes to cooked food. I mean, come on. What is so big about, okay, let's say even from the cold weather standpoint. Sometimes I want to break that down a little bit. Like, people are like, oh, well, it's cold up here. Well, that's still that psychological. Not too many people, and don't, if you're the exception, okay, good for you. Not too many people, like, their houses are heated. They have clothes on. That's so, even in cold weather, it's just more of a psychological warming from cooked food, warm food, than it is really warm in your body. I mean, okay, I'm very sensitive to this because as you guys know, and you can take lessons from this, I'm very high raw, mostly fully raw. When I go back to the States, I eat cooked food. I eat cooked food every once in a while down here, something really simple at night like a soup or whatever. So yes, there is a temporary, I mean, come on, I noticed that. Like if I have a smoothie, I get chilly, depending on my climate around me at that time. If I eat cooked food, yeah, a lot of times if I was feeling okay, I'll take a shirt off or I'll do whatever. But the point I'm getting at is when people say, well, it's tough in the winter, I really need that. Well, it may be tougher psychologically, and it may be more comforting to have that, but it's not really warming your body all that much. And one thing I wanted to bring up that I mentioned in a video before, you know, I've got the 30-day raw vegan food challenge, where I kind of tried to break that down, and I'm running a little behind on the book because I've gotten involved with an e-commerce project and I've really just been immersed in something else, but it's still coming, it's just slow. But I've got this program, 30-day raw vegan food plan, and it's like basically for getting people to wherever they want to get to, whether if they just want to get it till raw till noon, then the second phase is raw till dinner, then the third day is fully raw. Well, what I ended up doing, that kind of evolved too. That third part where you're trying to be fully raw, I broke that down. I broke that down into, okay, for the next 30 days, you would be fully raw 3 days a week, then fully raw for 30 days, 5 days, and then 7. But during those transition times, or even if you're raw to 4 right now and you're trying to, let's say you're very high raw, but maybe you're eating cooked food on a regular basis at dinner. You can use so little of the cooked food. If that's what you're shooting for, to not eat much cooked food or not to eat any cooked food, you can use so little cooked food mixed with your raw food to give yourself that psychological satisfaction that you're looking for. Like I've mentioned before, you know, you could see, like and this is such a little byproduct to this is kind of a transition tip too, in your dinners. Eat mostly raw. I've found, like I say, one thing, even though I eat cooked food, I totally realize and am aware of, I don't know how to eat cooked food because I don't eat it regularly. It's always something I fall back to. I'm doing it in the States out of convenience, but I don't do it all the time. And I don't do it very well because a lot of times if I say, okay, well, I'm gonna eat cooked food, so it's an all cooked food meal. And that just, for being a high raw person like I am, that fully cooked meal of everything being cooked does kind of pull me a little bit. But I've found none of that pull, none of that loss of energy, none of that. I basically don't feel any different than if I've eaten fully raw, if I will stick with what I usually eat, like a big salad, you know, monster salad. You've seen videos of mine, but you know how raw vegans roll. You know how high carb vegans roll. We don't have these little minuscule dinner salads. Big salad, huge salad, just as big as you normally eat. Put yourself, I mean, if you're not worried about the starches, put yourself 1 or 2 sweet potatoes on there. Just 1 or 2 sweet potatoes, kind of mashed up, mixed around, eaten with that salad. You've satisfied that craving for cooked food. You've satisfied that just kind of little need you think you have at that time for cooked food. Or if you want to stay away from the starches and even keep it a little bit cleaner, you know, you could do any sort of steamed vegetables. You could steam carrots, steam broccoli, steam Brussels sprouts, steamed, you know, whatever. But the whole point here is not necessarily the food itself, but something warm added to your raw. But I would always recommend, no matter where you are on this journey, whether you're gonna ever get to fully raw, whether you want to get to fully raw, is when you're eating that cooked food, always have some of your raw with it, because it will, like I say, I don't know my stomach, I don't know how to fill. I don't have like something that tells me how much I need to eat when I'm eating cooked food. Like I can eat sweet potatoes, or I can eat other potatoes, and you know, you would think I've had enough, and then like later on I want some more. With my salads, I eat to my heart's content, and I'm always good after dinner. So try that. Put a little bit of cooked food in there, and you could even scale that down as you go. If you need to go little by little steps, that's okay. It's always about moving forward. Don't ever, if you're moving forward, never feel bad about moving forward. Never feel like, well, I'm not moving forward as quick as other people. Maybe in the beginning your plate needs to even be, you know, have a higher proportion of cooked to the raw, but work on it. If you've got raw here, you've got cooked here, just work on increasing the raw at dinner, decreasing the cooked. At some point, it may just come down to you just putting, one little sweet potato on your salad as your last step before you're into getting fully raw. But it's mostly about satisfying it up here. There's nothing that your body physically, I think, has to have that cooked food. If you want the cooked food, hey, no harm, no foul. I'm not one that preaches against cooked food. I watch a lot of people on YouTube. I network with, I talk to a number of high-carb vegans that eat cooked food regularly, that are thriving, that I ain't got no business saying anything to them. They're probably doing a lot better health-wise than me. They exude healthiness. So, like I say, never trying to just ram that whole raw down your throat. Just, like I say, I try to give options. There's too many people on YouTube and too many personalities, whether it's on social media or whatever, tells everybody you need to do this, you got to do this. And I use that vocabulary even though I don't mean it the same way, and I'm trying to stop that. I was listening to a podcast yesterday, a really intelligent guy, and he said one of the biggest things he hates is when somebody says, you got to do this. I'm bad about that. Now, when I say it, I don't necessarily mean it with the same intention, but I'm still trying not to say it. But yeah, you can do whatever you want. Get out anywhere. Think of it, you're taking a train and you can get out in any stop. I'm always just going to reiterate, I'm trying to get a message out in my old rambling way with my feeble brain to as wide an audience as possible. I want everybody to be eating more fruits and vegetables, whole plant-based foods. You always have to throw disclaimers in there. You can't say everything. You realize that? I would love for the whole world to be 100% vegan. 100%, the whole world. It's not going to happen. 95% of them are not eating vegan out there. And I'm being very liberal when I like to just throw out there and give us vegans, 5% of the population. It's a reality that exists. There's cooked food out there. People eat cooked food. We're probably not in my lifetime, your lifetime, probably 10 generations down the road, if it ever happens, going to see even a majority plant-based. So let's just try to make this shift wherever and however we can. Yes, let's try to let's try to share the message and try to hope that as many people as possible would become fully vegan. And that's for the ethical part. But for the health part, and I totally advocate totally plant-based for that, but let's just get people to where they are. Let's just get people not to where they are, but let's just get people more fruits and vegetables in their lifestyle, period. And that's enough for this rambling video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll hit that subscribe button and come back for more. When you hit that subscribe button, just click on the bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. And I guess this will come out Sunday night, Monday morning. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Peace.